Hey everyone, Vortex here, and today I'm going to talk about the Composer Brothers and the songs that they have created. Within the Zelda universe, music has been shown to grant the player different types of abilities, ranging from teleporting to awakening even the heaviest of sleepers. I've noticed that quite a few songs in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask pertain to the banishment of evil or lingering spirits. Coincidentally, a few of these musical compositions stem from one source, the Composer Brothers. In this theory, I will be examining the Sun Song, the Song of Storms, the Song of Healing, and Farewell to Gyptos, and their relation to the Undead. The Sun Song is capable of changing night to day and day to night. It was arranged by the Composer Brothers who, as composers of the royal family, have been studying the family members for years. They were examining the family's inherited magical abilities and attempted to channel this power through musical notes. Eventually, they were able to complete their study regarding the flow of time, leading to the creation of the Sun Song. Seeing as the song draws upon light and time, it seems the notes are channeling Hylia's blessings. The Sun Song is said to calm restless souls that wander where they do not belong. The light within the notes shines down upon the darkness, stunning the undead. This seems like a strange side effect of a song that's supposed to control time, but perhaps that's not an unforeseen consequence at all. Perhaps this is part of the original intent of the song. The Composer Brothers may have witnessed or at least heard of the horrors that occurred in the Shadow Temple. Sharp mentions that he and his brother were originally from Kakariko Village, implying that they were Sheikah in life. As respected members of both the royal court of Hyrule and the Sheikah tribe, they had access to all kinds of sensitive information. The Shadow Temple has a very notorious reputation as containing the evil of Hyrule's bloody history of greed and hatred. This evil manifests itself in countless Raydad, Gypto, and Stalfos, all three creatures created from deceased bodies. Raydads and Gyptos are the only creatures able to be frozen by the Sun Song. They are not able to reside in places where light shines, hence why you only encounter them in tombs and dark places. Even during the day in Hyrule Castle Town, there are clouds blocking out the sun's rays, preventing the undead from withering away. Raydads are described as the living dead, so perhaps the light of the sun only affects these types of creatures. And guess where most of the undead within Hyrule are found? Kakariko Village. The bottom of the well, the graveyard and the Shadow Temple are teeming with undead creatures, all wandering around aimlessly. Both the bottom of the well and the Shadow Temple have been used to seal evil entities, so the concept of containing evil is not new to Kakariko. Perhaps it was even the Sun Song that was used to seal Bongo Bongo in the well. Unfortunately, the composers of the Sun Song were murdered by Ganondorf after rejecting to share their knowledge with the king of the Gerudo. Their spirits, however, refused to move on, and instead they took the shape of poles. Poles seem to be created when a soul is unwilling to move on, whether that is out of hatred or unfinished business. In the case of the Composer Brothers, they had a duty to watch over the research and prevent it from falling into the wrong hands. They gave their life to protect their research, and they did not want that to be in vain. But why would Ganondorf murder the Composer Brothers to obtain the Sun Song? While this is never directly explained in the game, there are quite a few hints alluding to the reason. As Ganondorf was attempting to convince the King of Hyrule of his good intentions, he was simultaneously on the lookout for clues regarding the location of the Triforce. Eventually, Ganondorf uncovered that the Triforce lay in the Sacred Realm, and only one possessing the spiritual stones, the Ocarina of Time, and a sacred melody could reveal the golden power. Since the Sun Song allows the manipulation of both time and light, it caused Ganondorf to wrongfully draw the conclusion that the Sun Song was the key to opening the door of time. It is not strange that Ganondorf came to this conclusion. After all, the Sun Song controls the flow of time and was regarded as secret within the royal family. This description heavily resembles the Song of Time. The Composer Brothers refused to share the secrets of the Sun Song and instead inscribed only the notes in the tomb of the royal family. The Composer Brothers in turn remained in the Kakariko Graveyard and awaited the day when Kakariko was in need of their legacy. When evil draws close, the royal family and its Sheikah servants are able to traverse the dark and obtain the Sun Song. The Windmill in Kakariko Village is shown to constantly play the Song of Storms, although it's unclear whether everyone can hear the song or just the player. After all, Guru does not seem to be aware that he's been playing the Song of Storms all along. It could be that his rendition of the Song of Storms is simply lacking the ocarina magic required to summon storms, changing the way the song is perceived by listeners. This would tie in with Sharp and Flat's remark that certain ocarinas produce magical notes. When Guru plays the Song of Storms for you, he's simply trying to recreate the notes he heard from the ocarina, not realizing it's a song he already knows. As you may know, the Windmill is connected to the Kakariko Graveyard. When you visit the future and locate Dampé, you'll find that the entire graveyard consists of underground passageways and tunnels. It seems these passages have existed for decades and long before the Hyrulean Civil War even begun. This could mean that the graveyard is part of the Shadow Temple, and in essence, the Windmill as well. This implies that the music generated by the Windmill is blasted into the graveyard through its underground tunnel system. The Song of Storms is not shown to have any magical abilities in Ocarina of Time, other than summoning torrential downpours. However, in Majora's Mask, the song is shown to have the ability to cleanse curses. With this in mind, it may be that the Windmill is playing the Song of Storms to soothe and prevent the undead in Kakariko from rising. The Song of Storms, along with the Sun Song, are barriers protecting Kakariko from its buried past. As long as the Song of Storms is being played, the dead of Kakariko remain pacified in their graves. It would definitely explain why Guru Guru gets upset when the windmill spins out of control, distorting the music and draining the well. This may seem insignificant, but the water was part of the reason the undead couldn't escape the bottom of the well. The soothing of the undead also plays a key role in the story of Majora's Mask, this time in the shape of the Song of Healing. The Song of Healing seems to separate the soul from the spiritual energy, sealing the energy within the mask. This energy is detectable by various means, among which the ghost detector. Pamela's father remarks that, "You seem to be both similar to a ghost and different from one at the same time." The radar is picking up both Link's energy and the remnants of the spirits of the mask he is wearing. The Song of Healing operates in two distinct ways. It's mainly used to cut the tie between deceased or dying spirits and the mortal realm, as seen with Darmani and Mikau. It can also separate spirits latching on to the living, as seen with the Deku spirits in the Gipto Curse. The song affects spirits differently, but every spirit experiences the powerful soothing aspects of the notes. The spirits can either surrender to the song or resist. Interestingly, Majora's Mask shows that the state of a Gipto is considered cursed, meaning anyone could become a Gipto if they're exposed to the curse. Pamela's father went into the well and was bitten, causing him to gradually transform into a Gipto. The process of Giptofication is reversible up until a certain point. The curse of the Gipto is shown to be evil magic. It infects the host and gradually destroys their mind. The host initially still clings on to their humanity, but at some point they lose everything. The Gipto being cursed ties in with the Ofuda, or Japanese charms, that are plastered all over the closet that Pamela's father was kept in. Pamela placed them there in a desperate attempt to remove or stop the Gipto curse. The Gipto recognize other Gipto through the evil magic that surrounds them. This is why the Gipto encircle the musical box house in an attempt to retrieve Pamela's father. They can sense that he's inside. Link is able to blend in with the Gipto by concealing his own living energy with the Gipto mask. Interestingly, burning the bandages of a Gipto reveals they are either a Raydad or a Stalfos underneath. This could mean that the Gipto curse affects both the living and the undead, but it could also mean that bitten humans decay into either a Raydad or a Stalfos underneath the bandages. The musical box house in Ikana Canyon plays a musical composition called Farewell to Gibdos. This musical arrangement was specifically crafted to repel Gibdos. Since the creation of the Gipto and Raydad seems to be tied to curses, this again ties in with the constant playing of the Song of Storms in Ocarina of Time. The spreading of the Gipto curse is being contained to the graveyard. So in short, there are many songs pertaining to the undead, often with hidden magical side effects. The villagers of Kakariko may not be aware, but the Sun Song and the Song of Storms are the only reason the village is able to prosper, allowing its bloody history to remain buried and left forgotten. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, check out some of my other Zelda stuff.